Good day, everyone. This is the output of the breakout room number 6. We selected the link number 2, which is the global state of inclusion in education, a review of the literature. First question: what is the main issue or problem being addressed by EDI? Our answer is the inclusiveness in education settings of children with disabilities. It is to say that even if we are promoting EDI in education, in the physical aspect, we cannot deny that there is still a lack of support for the social aspect. Second question: what is the context? Briefly describe the situation or issue related to inclusion. Our first answer: the study reveals that countries worldwide promote inclusion in education, with Portugal passing a comprehensive law recognizing individual needs and supporting all children in inclusive settings. Our second answer: the Armenian government approved an action plan to support mainstream schools in providing inclusive education services and restructuring special schools into pedagogical psychological support centers. Third, Morocco presented its national education sector vision, focusing on integration for children with disabilities. Next, UNICEF is working to ensure progress in bringing more children with disabilities into mainstream schools, training teachers on inclusive education models, and supporting local initiatives. Next, UAE released the Dubai Inclusive Education Policy Framework, advocating for curriculum adjustments to accommodate diverse backgrounds and needs. Next, Egypt's education strategic plan aims for full integration of children with basic disabilities and improved service in special education schools. Next is Brazil's national plan for special education encourages a segregated education system for children with disabilities, but its implementation and impact on children with disabilities remains to be seen. Last is Thailand is implementing an inclusive education policy from 2017 to 2036, aiming to cater to diverse learners including those with disabilities and disadvantaged socioeconomic backgrounds despite high rates of special school enrollment. Question number 3. What are the key findings or conclusions about ADI? We identified six key findings and conclusions. First is the need for comprehensive inclusion. Second, global disparities. Third, role of unified programs. Fourth is social inclusion challenges. Fifth is policy and practice gaps. Last is the benefits of inclusive education. Question number 4. What evidence is provided to support the claims about EDI practice? First, a meta-analysis of studies from 1980 to 2013 showed greater academic gains for students with special needs in inclusive settings compared to special schools. Second, research indicates that inclusive education leads to cost efficiencies by streamlining educational systems and reducing overall cost. Last, findings from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development recognize inclusive settings as less expensive and more effective in combating discrimination and fostering welcoming communities. For question number 5, what are the practical implications of the findings? First, cost efficiency. Second, improved academic outcomes. Third, social emotional development. Fourth is community engagement. Fifth is multi-sectoral collaboration. Sixth is long-term economic benefits. Seventh is policy development. Eighth is monitoring and evaluation. Question number 6. What recommendations do the authors provide, if any? These are the recommendations that the authors provided. First is research-based and data-driven policy decision-making. Second, international collaboration and knowledge sharing. Third, experiential and inclusive social-emotional learning programs. Fourth, enabling practitioners to deepen their impact. Fifth, fostering sustainable long-term change through programs like unified schools. Next is addressing systemic barriers and biases. Last is promoting inclusive education through policy and practice. Question number 7. How might this influence future research or practice in the field? We have 6 answers for this question. First is it will become a research focus. Second, it will have diverse procedures. Third, it will promote partnerships and collaborations. Fourth, it will build up innovation in teaching practices. Fifth, it will produce an impact on assessment. Sixth, it will create professional development. For question number 8, what do you agree or disagree within the study and why? First, inclusive education is based on the belief that all students should learn together, regardless of challenges or differences. It promotes interaction and learning between all students, establishing inclusion as a norm early on. Inclusive schools support the fundamental right of every child to receive a high-quality education. Last, research shows that students with disabilities achieve greater academic progress when integrated into mainstream classrooms compared to those in segregated settings. Question number 9. What questions remain unanswered? For us, these are the questions that remain unanswered. First is, what specific strategies can effectively change negative community attitude towards children with disabilities? Second, how can financing mechanisms be improved to ensure the implementation of inclusive education policies? Third, what are the best practices for multi-sectoral collaboration to sustain inclusive education over the long term? For the last question, which is question number 10, how does this case or research impact your understanding of EDI? For us, these are our answers. First, the research has significantly enhanced our understanding of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Next, it revealed the complexity and challenges of implementing inclusive education. Next, numerous barriers hinders the progress of inclusive education programs. Fourth, achieving full inclusion in education is possible but requires ongoing effort. Last is government and non-government sectors need to provide financial and other support to ensure successful implementation. This is our reference. That is all, and thank you.